Hey everyone, just wanted to go over the My Dashboard tab that you have within your Seamless account, just the different ways you can set it up, and then all the information that you can see within it. But once you click into Dashboard here on the left, it'll take you automatically into the My Dashboard report. It's going to show you all of the different usage stats as well as an ROI calculator. But diving right into the My Usage report, you can head over into settings, and once you're here, it's going to give you the option to set your lead goal per month. And so one way you can do it is obviously set your quota that you need to make that month. Another thing users use it for is to set it at 30,000, because then essentially it'll break it down to 1,000 a day, which is similar to the 1,000 contact finds that you do get with each Seamless. So it's a good way of just tracking where you're at each day in terms of usage. So once you hit save, you'll have the ability to toggle from month, week to day to see what your usage are each day or week or month. Heading into the ROI calculator, this is going to be super great for you to determine the ROI that you make with Seamless. So once you come into settings, it's just going to ask you to look over the last 30 days all the way to the last 365 days. So once you have that set, just based off of the period that you want to look at, but then you can go ahead and throw in what your conversion rate is from lead to sales, and then what your average deal size is. So once you hit save on the ROI, based on all the leads that you use with Seamless, it's going to take that number, multiply it by your conversion rate, and then generate what that estimated revenue would be. So then again, you have a better idea of what your ROI was with Seamless. And then this last section down here is going to be the My Usage insights section. It's just going to tell you what your insights are in the last 30 days compared to the current 30 days. So again, with total leads, you'll see where you're at currently in the month and then what you did previously. So you can keep track of, if, am I on pace? Am I ahead of pace of what I did last month? Do I need to get more help, or do I need to find more leads? Perfect. Boom. Now I can go into active days. How many active days did I use Seamless this month? What did it look like previously with the current lead streak? How many days in a row have I used Seamless? And then what's been my longer streak of using Seamless in a row? And then finally, the last thing you can do is come over to this download CSV report, and it'll give you the option to download your usage into a CSV. So if you need to send it anywhere or just take a look for yourself, you have the option to choose between all the different products that we offer, the premium products, what kind of report that you want. Do you want it broken out daily, weekly, by month? What's the duration I want to do? I want it from 30 days all the way up to the last 180 days. And then you can also download it from the entire group perspective, or if you're in a specific group, you can choose that group and then download that into a CSV report. Just that way you have all the information you need based on your usage and what your ROI is. Everybody, just wanted to walk you through how you can perform a contact search here at Seamless. It's actually pretty simple to do. Once you click into the search function here on the left, you'll just want to make sure you're under this contact search tab. But once you're here, you'll have all the filters readily available for you. And what's super nice too is you'll have these little eye icons right next to it. So if you ever want to learn more about the filter, you can simply click in and start learning more. But keep it simple at first when you're putting in your filters. Just put in the ones that you know you need for your target market. So if you're focused on titles, you can simply come in here and start typing out your titles. If you're focused on an industry, you can simply open that up and then start searching for your industry. If you want to use both in tandem, you can. Like I said, just keep it simple at first. You can always add more filters later on to refine your contact list some more. But getting into it, just simply start putting in the information that you'd like to see. So if I wanted to focus on a specific company, I can simply start typing that out. And what you'll see with some of these filters is include and exclude. So if I wanted to include something, I can simply hit that. It'll populate as blue. If I hit exclude, it'll populate as red and remove that information from the search. But once I hit search, it'll actually show me all the contacts that meet that search criteria. And then so then I can start reviewing all this information. And then once I'm ready to go, I'm simply coming over this manage list section, and I'm just going to go ahead and get my list created. Just something I recommend doing is it's going to help you stay organized and as you find these contacts, so then you can filter to them in the back end. You can add more filtering, but it's going to help you stay filtering. And so if you do create a list, I just recommend that you base it off the segment that you want to go after. So if you're focused on strictly VPs, you can create it around that. But just kind of up to you and how you want to create your list. But pretty simple now. I can start finding contact information. So if I just wanted to find it for one person, I can simply hit find, and it'll actually just start pulling all that information in real time, so then I can review it right here. If I wanted to find all the contact information on the page, I can simply hit find all, and it'll pull all 25 contacts. As you do have a bunch of credits, I do recommend that you use this find all button, and then you can simply just go to the next page. So what I can do here is hit find all, go to the next page, and really just start ripping through. It's going to be the most effective way to pull lots of contacts in a short period of time, and you don't have to wait for them to load on the page. It's pretty simple. You can just hit find all. But as you can see, as I'm finding these contact information, it's actually going into the list that I have created. So then I can always move them, but at least I'm staying organized and ready for the back end side of things. Hey everybody, just wanted to walk you through how you can do a company search with inside of Seamless. Pretty easy to do. Once you click into the search function here on the left, you'll just want to come into this company search tab right here. Once you're here, you'll see all the filters that you can use. If you ever wanted to learn more about a filter itself, you can simply just click on the icon right next to it and you'll get a bunch of different information you have access to. But pretty simple. Go ahead and start putting the in filters that you want to use for your target market. So if you focus on the industry, you can simply pop that open and start typing the industry that you want to go after. As you can see with some of these filters, you'll see the option to include and exclude. If I hit include, it'll populate it as blue underneath the filter that I want to go after. It exclude is going to populate as red and will remove it from the search. So just a good way of refining these lists. But go ahead and hit include on the filters that you want. If you focus on multiple filters, go ahead and get those applied. One thing I do recommend is that you keep it simple at first and then add as you go along. So if you know you focus on industry and employee size, just go ahead and add those. And then if you need to exclude or remove anything, you can do that later on. But just want to make sure you're getting the best results possible. But once I'm ready to go, I can hit search. It's going to show me all the companies that meet that criteria. What I can do from here now is I'm just going to come over to this manage list section. And I'm just going to open up and I'm going to create a list around this. So you can simply type out the list name that you want. Once you do that, you simply just want to make sure you have it set as default. And when you hit create list, it'll populate as default. If you have a list that you already want to work off, you simply come over, hit check, and then hit save. And then you'll actually see the name of the list populate right here. So realistically, I can hit find next to each company. What it's going to do is give me all the intel that I need around it so I can take a look at the company profile or chart. If I want to find more contacts at that specific company, I can also hit this find all button. And what's going to do is give me all the information for it. If I wanted to find contacts, if it's actually going to take me into this search tab and I'll actually find all 10 companies on that page. But if you just wanted to focus on the company at first, you can just simply hit find all and it'll find those companies. And then you can hit find all again. And you can really just start building a list of all these companies that you want to go after. So then you can always filter to the list in the backside of things so you can evaluate all that information. Hey everybody, just wanted to go over Total AI with you and how you can filter to an AI percentage. Given that Seamless is a real-time search engine, all the information we pull is in real time. So essentially every time you hit find or find all next to a contact, the AI will essentially pull all the information it can based on digital footprinting. And then with that information, it does provide that AI confidence score, something that you can see by clicking into this little icon next to the email. That way, again, you'll see the email validation as well as the AI percentage. To filter to a certain AI, you can simply just come into your My Contacts tab. This way you'll see all the contacts you found using Seamless. You can go ahead and apply any filters that you'd like. So if you want to focus on a specific list, import status, anything like that, you can simply go ahead and get those filters applied. So once I hit apply, it's only going to show me all the contacts that meet that criteria. To get the AI percentage applied, you can simply head over to this little filter over here and it'll be on a sliding scale from 0 to 100. Just kind of depends on what your company's looking to do and what you're looking to do as far as like the risk versus reach. So if you're more on the reach side of things and want to get the most reach to contacts, you can simply set this anywhere between 50 to 70%. If you're more on the safer side, you can set this anywhere from 75 to 80%. Just again, depends on what you're looking to do. So once I hit save, it's only going to show me those contacts that meet that criteria. So now I can either move these into my CRM or I can download them into a CSV. Hey everyone, just wanted to walk you through a buyer intent search and how you can pull your contacts/companies from this search. To get started, you can simply come into this buyer intent tab and then head into the intent search tab. Once you're here, you can go ahead and start applying your topics. As you're doing this, the one thing we do recommend is that you select anywhere from 3 to 5 topics. Just that way, it gives you better insight into what that company is researching, but also can eliminate any false positives. Once you're here, you can also change the minimum match strength. But if I were to run a search right now, it'll pull all the companies that are actively researching these topics from medium to very strong. That you can also go ahead and apply any other filter. So if you're more specific on industry, employee size, etc., you can go ahead and add those as well. So once you hit search, it's going to show you all these companies that meet that criteria. From here, there's a couple things you can do. If to hit find contacts, it's going to take you back into the search function. It's going to have all those 15 companies on that page already selected for you. So then you can apply your titles, different things like that that you like to go over. So then boom, you can get all your people to reach out to. Another thing that you can do is you can go ahead and create a list and set it as default. So then when I start finding all these companies, it's going to save to my companies tab. So I'll go ahead and click one more page. But once I go back into my companies, all those companies that I just found are going to be saved here. So then one thing I can do is apply this filter, head into my list, and then once I hit apply, it's going to show me all the companies that are in that list. So then what I can do from here is head into our download option, change the download type to custom. And then with the custom export fields, you can choose company name. So instead of doing 15 per page, once I hit download, it's going to download all 70 of these companies. Hit download, it'll export into a CSV. So then what I can do from here, head into the search tab, head into this company name slash website filter. I can clear this out. And then I can use this bulk upload list. So then I can take my bulk upload I just downloaded, put that in there, hit upload. And essentially, instead of doing 15 companies, I can now do a search off of all 70 of those companies that I had in here. So boom, apply any other filters, but I can now start pulling contacts and companies in more bulk. Hey everyone, just wanted to go over buyer intent with you, and more specifically about what an intent topic is, how you can go about selecting your topics, and what it looks like when you run an intent search. But getting started, simply coming into the buyer intent tab here on the left, and once you're here, you'll get this big database of all 12,000 topics that we have available to you. And what's super nice is that you can simply just use the search bar and start putting in the keywords, product, services, what you're looking for in this search bar, so you can easily get to what you need. But kind of going to what an intent topic is, it's going to be all the online content and data around what that topic is. So if it's display advertising, Google ads, you'll be able to lock in those intent topics and see all the companies that are actively researching those topics. But kind of getting into how to go about selecting your topics, put yourself in the shoes of the customer. What topics or keywords, product, services would I be looking up to find what the information I need? So you can simply come into the search bar and start putting in those keywords or what you'd be thinking about. And so then now you can get an idea of like what topics we have available. And so you could always take a look at some of these topics, lock in the ones that you feel like would be like. But if you want to take a deeper dive into what that topic is and what the description is, you can come over this question mark and it'll give you a highlight of what it's essentially reading. But say you're ready to lock it in, you can simply come over, click into it. It'll populate blue on this right-hand side, and you'll see the save topics. And once you do that, it'll confirm subscription. It'll take you back to this filter side. So to filter to a specific topic, you'll use this intent topics. What's super nice too is you can do it based off category. So if you're using a full ad tech stack and want to use that full thing, if you want to individually just choose the topics, you have that ability as well. And so once you do that, you can simply click search, and what it's going to do is show you all the companies that are actively researching these three topics together, from a very strong all the way down to medium. So then you can get a better idea of what this targeted outreach should be. Hey everyone, just want to go over Autopilot with you and how you can use it. Going to be a great tool for you, especially if you want to automate any of the list building so you can get time back to your reps, or if you want to scale at a larger rate, Autopilot will be the tool for you. To get started, you can simply come into your search tab here on the left, and once you're here, you'll have the option to run Autopilot either at a contact level or a company level. All you'll really need to do is just fill in the filters that you want of the like ideal customers that you're looking to go after. And once you do that, you'll see this begin Autopilot. Kind of the one thing I recommend before you run an Autopilot list is just kind of comb through the contacts that you see right out the gate, just to make sure if there's anyone that you want to remove, you can simply add the filter on to remove that contact. But that way, this list is as clean as possible once you run the Autopilot. But to run it, you can simply hit begin Autopilot. You'll just simply come in and name the search. You can put in the amount of contacts. So if you wanted to run, I've got 50 here. If you wanted to pull all 50, you can put it in. You can also use this slider to go to the max. So once you have that set, you'll just want to make sure you select the list that you want these contacts to go into. Make sure that's set as default. You also have the ability to automatically import them into your CRMs if you want to. But once I hit begin Autopilot and confirm it, you'll see it go into auto research. So it's automatically pulling the contacts in the background. So you can leave your computer if you want to view your status of your Autopilot status. You can come into Autopilot here on the right hand side, and what you'll see is a percentage of where it's at, and as it progresses, you can keep checking on it. But if you wanted to view a list that you previously ran, you can easily hit view list. But also, if you're in your my contacts tab, you can come over to this little funnel icon, and then you can also come over to this Autopilot list section, so you can toggle between both any other ones that you've run, just making sure like you're getting all those lists. So then you can apply any other filters like total AI, valid email statuses, different things like that. So once you download the CSV or import in your CRM, it's all clean as possible. Hey everybody, just wanted to walk you through how you can enrich a company list that you have using our data enrichment tool. Just want to walk you through how you can upload the CSV and then access all that information. But once you click into this data enrichment tab, it'll show you all the different ways you can use our data enrichment tool. And then the first thing I like to point out is this purple box over here. That's just going to show you all the enrichment credits that you have. But once you're ready to upload the company list, it's pretty simple now. Is just getting the CSV file set up. All we realistically need for the tool to work properly is just the company name and or website as a header, and then the information that you're looking to enrich. But once that's all set up, you can simply come into upload CSV, and then you can just drag and drop the CSV file in here. And so once that's done, you'll see this green check mark. The one thing you're going to want to do is name your list. So if I just name mine customer education, boom, you can set any tags that you want, and then you do have the option if you want to add it to your companies. I do recommend this. Is just going to help get the access to the information on the back end side of things. So then once I hit enrich my list, it's going to start the process for you. So then I can either hit view view my list, or if you ever just want to exit out, you can always hit view my list option. And so that once it's done, you'll see the progression just change as we gets completed. So then once it's done, you do have the option to download it directly from here. You can download it as clean, raw, or the original file. I am going to show you how you can filter on the back side of things. So if we head into my companies tab here on the left, we can head into this little funnel icon, and then we can actually head on over to company upload list. And then you'll see your enrichment list right here. So then once I hit apply, it's going to show me all those companies that I just enriched. So then what I can do from here is head into this download button over here, go head over to download type, select custom, and then you can pick and choose the export field. So if there's certain things you want to review before prospecting these companies, you can go ahead and choose these fields. So then once you hit download, it'll save all those fields to you in the CSV file and be a little bit more organized. Everybody, just wanted to walk you through how you can upload a contact list using our data enrich tool. It's going to be a great tool for you to use, especially if you're looking to fill any gaps in an old CSV file that you have. If you got an attendee sheet from a webinar or conference that you hosted or went to and want to get contact information from them, this tool is going to be your best friend. To get started, just simply come into the data enrich tab here on the left. And once you're here, you'll see all the different ways you can use enrich. The first thing I like to point out is this purple box up here. It just lets you know how many credits you have available to use and enrich. But realistically, to get started now, it's just having the CSV file all set up and ready to go. Realistically, all you really need is either first name, last name, and the company name. You can also work off of the LinkedIn profile URL. So whether that's basic, sales navigator, recruiter, you can work off of those. We just ask that you have these headers. That way you're getting the best results. But once you're all said and done there, you can simply head into upload CSV file. Just click in there, or you can drag and drop. But once it's uploaded, you'll see that green check mark come in. Now you realistically just need to name your list, so you can simply name it. And then you also do have the option to add these records to your contacts. I do recommend that you leave this check, as it's just going to help you stay organized in the backside of things. But once I hit enrich my list, you'll see it upload success. So then you can hit view my list, but say you exit out, you can always view your list in this tab right here, and then it'll actually give you the status once it's done. So then you can hit directly view my list, and it'll show you all the contact information that we're going to apply. You also do have the ability to download it directly from here if you want to, in the clean, raw, original. I do recommend just filtering down to that list here. That way you can download it into a CSV file, because then you can pick and choose all the export fields that you want. So if you wanted to better retain on like information with emails, phone numbers, anything like that, at least it's all better organized for you. Hey everybody, just wanted to walk you through how you can use data enrichment to identify any job changes. So that's whether if you want to stay on top of key accounts, maintain an active pipeline, or identify any new deal opportunities with some of the old closed lost ones. This is going to be a great function for you. So it's pretty simple, and coming into your data enrichment tab here on the left, once you're here, you'll see all the different ways you can use enrich. But the first thing I like to point out is this purple box, just going to show you all the credits that you have available to you. But really getting started into it, realistically, it's just getting the CSV file started. So all we realistically need is a header with the first name, last name, and the company name. If you do have a job title available, I'd recommend including that. Just helps the system work better in identifying a job change. But once that's all set and ready to go, you can simply head in, hit upload CSV, and just drag and drop the CSV file that you want to work off of. So once you do that, you'll see this green check mark. Then you'll just need to name your list so that you can better track it on the backside of things. So I'll just simply just type that out. And then once I have that set, you do have the option to set any tags, but you also have the ability to choose if you want to add them to your My Contacts. I just do recommend this, as it's just going to be super helpful for you in staying organized in the backside of things. But once I hit enrich my list, it'll start running. So then you can hit view my list. But if you exit out of it, you can always come over to this view my list tab. So then this way you'll see exactly the progress of it. So once it's done, you can download it here as a raw, clean. If you want to download the job history, you can, or you can download the original file. But you also do have the ability to hit add My Contacts from here. I'm actually going to show you how you can view this on the back side of things. So if we head into this My Contacts tab here on the left, you'll be able to just click into this job changes contacts. And what's nice here is it's going to show you if there's been a job change, what the change is. So as you can see, it's already showing you the new and past of what the titles are. But then you can also see what the changes are over here on the right hand side with company and title change. So then here you can obviously filter it down. If you have a bigger list, you can change if there's been a job change, any emails, what's the status is, different things like that. So then you can filter down this list. So then you also have the option to choose whether you want to add these to your contact list and set a list for them. Again, it's just going to be super helpful for you. The other thing you can do too is that you can just click this little funnel icon, head into the job change list, select your list, and hit apply. Again, just going to help you stay super organized in the backside of things, so then you can export them as you need or download them into a CSV file. Hey everyone, just want to go over AI Writer with you and the different ways you can use it. Going to be super helpful for you, especially being able to get some time back so you're not necessarily having to worry about creating different types of outreach, but it's also helpful to get some new ideas too. But pretty simple to get into. You can come into your AI Writer tab. You'll just want to make sure you have credits for it, and you can always see how many credits you have over here in purple. But once you're here, the first thing you're going to want to do is come into this About Me page. This is going to give you all the questions slash information we'll need so that you can tell the writer exactly what your company does. And when you create these prompts, all the messaging is correct. But to get started, you can simply click New Writer, and it'll take you to this dashboard. You'll see all these prompts readily available to you. So you can simply click if like you want a LinkedIn message. You can always check the box of include About Me. So if you want like any of the services and things that you put in the About Me page, you can always tell it to include that. So once I hit enter, the AI writer will start typing out like a LinkedIn message for me. And then once it's done, I can always make edits to it or tell it to make edits. So once it types it out, it's pretty simple. You'll get the long message. You can go through it, but say you want to make it shorter and friendlier, you can simply just type it out, hit enter, and then what the AI will start doing is making it shorter and friendlier to the messaging that you have here. Some other things that I like to point out while it's doing this is that you also have this prompt library. So if you've worked on previous messaging, different things like that, you can always return to those so you can either edit them or move them into your sales engagement tool. Another nice thing that you can also do too is you don't have to use these prompts. So if I wanted to type a simple welcome email, I can type that out, and what it'll do is now it'll simply just take my personas, some of the information in the About Me page, and then boom, start typing it out for me, because then again I can start customizing it. Again, just going to be super helpful for you, especially just getting new ideas out to you so you're not necessarily having to spend time creating different types of outreach. Hey everybody, just wanted to walk you through how you can use our Chrome extension to pull contact information directly on our websites. Going to be super helpful for you, especially if you like to prospect the company via their website to make sure it's a good fit. Then that way, once you decide, you can pull contact information from there. To get started, you just want to make sure that the Chrome extension is installed. So you can head up to this jigsaw puzzle in the top right, click, and you should see the Chrome extension. If not, you'll just head into your initials here in the bottom left, head into Chrome extension and get that added. Once that's added, you'll just want to make sure you pin it, just that way it's easy to access later on. To get started, just head into the website you want to prospect. As you can see, the Chrome extension will start pulling all the contacts directly right out the gate. So you can either pop this open. If you don't see it, you can always use this icon up here and it'll pop open the Chrome extension. But as you can see, you'll see the company that it's working off of and then all the contacts associated right away. One thing I recommend before you start hitting find or anything like that is just hit this manage list button, go in and create your list or have your list set as default. That way, when you pull all the information you need, it's going back into Seamless and going right into the right list that you want selected. But then now you have a couple options. If you want to save the company, you can hit save, and what it'll do is it'll show all the information for you around the information, industry, different things like that. You can hit view to see more insights and different things like that. You can also head into this contacts tab, and it'll show some recommended contacts right out the gate. If you wanted to do a deeper dive, you can simply head into this advanced search side of things, type in the titles that you're looking to go after. So if I wanted to go after marketing manager, I can hit enter, it'll populate as blue, and then you'll just hit exact match since we're working off Nike. And then once I hit search, it's going to show me all those contacts that have that title in it. Then boom, I can start hitting find, and then it'll always go back into that list and into Seamless. Once you hit find on a contact, though, it'll actually populate all their contact information right in here. So then again, you can view that directly in here so you can see more about the person there. If you wanted to always go back into Seamless to view them exactly, you can hit here. But say you wanted to go back into Seamless to review all the contact information, boom, come in here, head into my contacts tab, and then you'll just want to simply just filter that list so it makes it super easy for you. So then boom, once it's applied, it'll show me all those contacts that I just worked off of. So going to just be super helpful for you in terms of just making sure you're prospecting correctly and getting all your contact information.